guys finally get a home game. I was talking to Ev on Monday. She's obviously stoked because she said she's been in her own bed for like 5 nights so far.
Yeah.
But for the team, the program, how exciting is it to be home after 6 on the road?
Yeah, we're really excited. We're excited to be back and to be able to showcase how we can play in front of our fans. And of course, it's also alumni weekend for us. So we have a bunch of our alumni coming this weekend. So we're really excited. And we've been on the road a lot. So we've had some tough games and been learning a lot, but I really like how our team's coming together.
Ev and Caitlin, I didn't realize how much Ev really had and they've had going on these first few months of the season. So we talked about it for the podcast. How have you seen those two handle a pretty challenging start to the season so far and perform, but still perform as well as they have?
Wow, exceptional would be maybe the word I'm looking for. I think they're doing a phenomenal job. They're elite in the classroom. They continue to stay on top of their academics, and because they are missing a lot of school, and our professors have been so amazing with being able to accommodate, their needs, and so we're super grateful for that kind of support, and that's the kind of support we need when you have, Olympic athletes vying for Olympic spots. So. But on the ice, those two have continued to lead. Kramer has been just outstanding. She's so big, she's so strong, she's so fast. Like I said before, I think at my other press conference, I think she's taken it to a different level this year. And then what can you say about Eve Gascon? Oh my gosh, this past weekend again, stood on her head for us. She was absolutely, incredible. Yeah, so those two have been doing just a fantastic job. They've been in and out of the program, but such quality people, really good people, and everyone's so excited when they're back, and they just bring the energy all the time. They always have smiles on their faces. We've got to be one of the luckiest programs in the world to have two quality people like that.
Do you have to manage their practice schedules or anything like that to make sure that, whether it's them getting, catching up on classwork, just making sure they're not getting, fatigued or anything like that?
A little bit, yes. Anytime any of our players go away for international competition, when they come back, they always have the green light to take the next day off, or if not 2 days off, just depending on what their workloads were like and the travel that they are experiencing. And so we always have open dialogue with that. And for the most part, they always want to get on the ice, and it's usually us having to say, let's take a day. Yep.
I was going to say, you give them the option.
Yeah, they're going to want to go. Yeah, both of them do not want to not be on the ice. So sometimes we have to take the reins and pull back a little bit. Yep.
Everyone available for this weekend?
Yes. Yep. Pretty excited about that.
Do the Europeans have any dates coming up that they have to?
Yes. Yeah. There's a Euro tournament coming up the same time as the rivalry series. So the good news is it's during a time when we have a bye weekend. So that's positive. Yeah.
That's the what we used to call the Four Nations.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So
It's a different name now. Yeah. Yep.
The penalties early on.
Yeah.
We just got done talking to Scott about it. I'm wondering how much of the penalties.
Yep.
First, are they a concern to you, or is this maybe your team getting caught up in early season emphasis?
Yeah, I think for us we have to just learn to better adjust to the refereeing. And so that was something like on Monday morning we did a video session and we talked about just sticks getting up into people's hands, and we got to be better at establishing body position first. And so the last couple of days we've had that as a point of emphasis, and so usually it's the team that's able to adjust the quickest to the reffing ends up, being successful. So that was a lesson learned for us, and it starts with me, and we need to be better going forward.
Your two freshmen, Molly Cole and Ray Mayer, have gotten off to a pretty good start. How do you feel those two have adapted and
really well.
into the team?
Yeah, really well. And the thing that I love about Molly is she's not afraid to shoot the puck, and she can snipe, and she continues to show that. So that's been great. And both of them great kids. Their work ethic is spectacular. Ray's so super fast and gifted with the puck. Both of them are still learning. They're still learning kind of system play and so forth, but they're two athletes that are just going to keep getting better.
The way Saturday's game ended, the way Sunday's game went all penalties, had to get frustrating for a lot of the kids. Obviously, the group responded so far.
Pardon me?
Obviously, the group responded here so far this weekend. What had to
Yeah, great. I think we're always going to try to look at what were the positives of the weekend, and we played toe-to-toe with them. I think that game on Saturday should have been ours, and kudos to them for getting a good call there at the end to put them up 6-4. But always lessons to learn in every opportunity that we have, and again, even despite the penalties, when you looked at the play 5-on-5, I thought that, again, we were right there, right with them. And so those are all positives for us to continue to grow from and learn. And, I thought the energy this week so far has been really, really good. So we know where we need to be better. And that's, I think, the best thing about this team is no one's shying away from the things that we need to be better at, right? We know we've got to do a better job with staying composed and adjusting to whatever type of refereeing we're going to see, and but playing our game and just keep working hard on some of those details that make us great.
How have you seen your power play evolve through the first 6 games?
Yeah. Again, we're still super young, right? So there's lots to learn. We've been working every day on our power play this week, and we'll continue to do that tomorrow going into the weekend. Special teams is so important. I mean, if you can on your penalty kill, keep the puck out of your net and put one away on the power play, you can win a hockey game like that. It's just one goal that makes a difference. So those specialty teams are always so important for us. And again, we're young, but we're continuing to learn there.
Coach, the Mavericks are coming into town this weekend. Last year was a pretty tight defensive series between
Yep.
two teams. What about the Mavericks makes it such a tough one?
Yeah, I think their work ethic. They go hard. They send 2 in hard on the forecheck, and they don't ever give up. And they have really good goaltending as well. So for us, though, again, no matter who we're playing against, we really want to focus on our game and the details that are going to help us to be successful. So that's kind of what we're trying to hone in on this weekend. Again, all the little things that we learned from the last weekend to be better at, so that we can really showcase the type of team we can be this upcoming weekend.
How good is it to see kind of the newcomers making a statement in these first couple of games? I think they scored
20
goals you guys got this year, kind of something like that. So how good is that?
Yeah, really, really good. And I think it just speaks to the depth that we have in our lines, too. It's not just one line doing a lot of the production. We're getting production from all of our lines, which is really nice to see. And we're seeing it in practice, too. And that's always nice to see as a coach when you have that kind of depth. So
this last weekend, obviously not the results on the score sheet,
Yep.
but you were in those games.
Yeah.
And coming off a road series against the number one team in the country, looking forward to the rest of the season, how does this galvanize the team to say, hey, we were there.
Yep.
We were connected
Yeah.
with number one, and now we can start our home slate and really just dig in.
Yep.
What the ceiling is.
That's just it. And I think our girls felt it. They all felt the moments where we did play the way that we're capable of playing, and that's the stuff that we have to continue to grow from and just keep building on those details that are going to make us successful. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, two great freshmen. They've had a great impact on our team just right from the start, and I think that always starts with summer training and what you do in the off season, what you do when people aren't watching. So I think obviously all our freshmen had a really good summer to improve and like get adapted to the college level, but those two especially, and just their work ethic on the ice is incredible, and it's something that you look up to as an older person on the team as well. So it's obviously great to see them adapt to the college level and like get their first goals under their belt and just keep going from there. So
This the penalties you guys have been taking early on, and now also dealing with it. You get these early season rules on this. Shu said you guys watched some video on Monday. What have you learned? What have you picked up? Where does the team need to improve to stay out of the box?
it's just a lot of stick infractions, and obviously I think Shu said it as well, like you can't control what the refs are going to call and what they're not going to call, and obviously that sucks, what you don't expect for them to call, but it's good that we learn this early on and we can adapt to that right from the get-go, and that was our first WCHA series, so just learning from video that we need to keep our sticks down, keep our sticks out of other people's hands, and just use our feet and get to those players earlier on so we don't have to be reaching with our sticks is, I think it's just good to learn off of one of our first couple of weekends rather than mid-season and we're still taking a bunch of penalties. So hopefully this coming weekend we don't take as many penalties, and yeah.
Did you guys notice different ways the game was called from when you were out east compared to back in WCHA?
I feel like out east, maybe they let us play on a little more, a little physical, both ways too. So that was kind of fun to play. But I wouldn't say like a dramatic difference. Just maybe the refs have different styles of what they like. So yeah.
Evan and Caitlin, how do you guys keep those two engaged with the team and the program as they're kind of living this dual life right now?
Yeah.
Olympic hopefuls and also Bulldogs.
Just filling them in on all the stuff we go over during the week. I live with Kramer, so it's easy to fill her in on that. And just they text us during the week of what they missed and that they miss us. So it's nice that they want back in and like they want to get going right when they get back. So, but yeah, I just say filling them in when they get back and letting them have those couple of days off to just learn the systems of what we learned. So yeah.
How have you seen, as one of the leaders, how have you seen this group rebound this week after what had to be a frustrating weekend in Madison?
Yeah, it was obviously frustrating, but I think that we all learned that as a group, and we are a new group, and stuff's going to happen like that. And I think it's good for the younger players to know how that felt. And I know Tia's from a different league, and all the transfers came from different leagues, and for them to experience what WCHA hockey is like and like expect the unexpected. Like I'm sure no one expected Wisconsin to turn it over like that. So just having everyone understand that's what the WCHA brings each and every weekend to just bring what we have.
What, from your standpoint, how the defense is molding so far? You've got some new faces back there too.
Yeah, it's doing good. A lot of younger faces as well. I think last year it was just one new defense back there, and this year was quite a few, but just over communicating our systems, because I know different leagues play different systems on the back end, and just over communicating and yeah, getting to mesh with everybody and getting to know people on and off the ice has been helpful to have a good decor in the back. So
How exciting has it been for you to be one of the leaders and kind of have a role in the process of bringing this team together like you guys had to do during the summer with so many new players?
yeah, it's been awesome. It's a different perspective for sure, and like a lot goes on, and I think it's a good learning curve for me to understand how things work behind the scenes, and just how to pull a group together I think is really cool, and to hopefully keep doing that would be nice. Awesome.
Well, that weekend fun for you guys as players too?
Yeah, can't wait to see all our old friends and D partners and people up in the stands cheering for us.
Bouncing off that question, how exciting is it for the team to return to Antwerp where you guys have been on the road for a long time
Yeah.
during the season? Just how excited are you and the rest of the team to come up?
We're thrilled. Like, we couldn't be more excited, and it's crazy that we're mid-October and we're just starting our home opener, but I think that brings out more excitement. All the families coming into town for home opener as well as alumni weekend is just great to see the people that have built the foundation here and built this program from the bottom up is just amazing to see, and how they still support us and want us to keep winning and want us to keep doing well. But yeah, it's going to be great to see everybody cheering for us.
And then your opponent this weekend, the Mavericks, you were on the team last year, obviously. You guys played them, very tight defensive series. What makes them such a tough opponent to play against?
I think Shu also said it, like they're a really good defensive team, and I think we are as well. So 2 good defensive teams, like it's hard to score goals and it's hard to get around and get in that crease and get goals. So, and they're just a really skilled team and fast team. So obviously I don't know what their team brings this year, but just to expect the same as they had last year's that we've played them, and they've all been close games. So I wouldn't expect any different this year. Perfect.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.